Sigmund Freud's psychoanalytic theory of personality argues that human behavior is the result of the interaction among three component parts of the mind: the id, ego, and superego. Freud developed a set of techniques centered on talk therapy that involve the use of strategies such as transference, free association, and dream interpretation. His main theory that unconscious motives control much behavior. He became interested in hypnotism and how it could be used to help the mentally ill. It is the primitive part of the mind that contains sexual and aggressive drives and hidden memories. The superego operates as a moral conscious, and the ego is the realistic part that mediates between the desire of the id and the superego. Freudian motivation theory posits that unconscious psychological forces, such as hidden desires and motives, shape an individual's behavior, like their purchasing patterns. Freud believed that events in our childhood have a great influence on our adult lives, shaping our personality. A Freudian slip is an error in speech that occurs due to the interference of an unconscious subdued wish or internal train of thought. The id is oblivious of the external world and unaware of the passage of time. Regarding dream, Freud believed dreams represented a disguised fulfillment of a repressed wish. He believed that studying dreams provided the easiest road to understanding of the unconscious activities of the mind. According to the idea that Freud proposed, the dream is considered the guardian of sleep. Freud also believed that much of the behavior was motivated by two driving instincts, the life instincts and death instincts. He also suggested that all humans have an unconscious wish for death, which he referred to as the death instincts. Sigmund Freud was born on May 6, 1856 and died on September 23, 1939. Freud believed that events in our childhood have a great influence on our adult lives, shaping our personality. For example, anxiety originating from traumatic experience in a person's past is hidden from consciousness and may cause problems during adulthood. Thus, when we explain our behavior to ourselves or other conscious mental activity, we rarely give a true account of our motivation. This is not because we are deliberately lying. While human beings are great deceivers of others, they are even more adept at self-deception. On the surface is consciousness, which consists of those thoughts that are focus of our attention now, and this is seen as the tip of the iceberg. The preconscious consists of all which can be retrieved from memory. The third and most significant region is the unconsciousness. Here lie the processes that are the real cause of most behavior. Like an iceberg, the most important part of the mind is the part you cannot see. For example, Freud found that some events and desires were often too frightening or painful for his patients to acknowledge, and believed such information was locked away in the unconscious mind. This can happen through the process of repression. Sigmund Freud emphasized the importance of the unconscious mind, and a primary assumption of Freudian theory is that the unconscious mind governs to a greater degree than people suspect. Indeed, the goal of the psychoanalysis to make the unconscious conscious. Sigmund Freud's work and theories helped shape our views of childhood, personality, memory, sexuality, and therapy. Here are some of the quotes of Sigmund Freud. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. Where it was, their ego shall be. Most people do not really want freedom because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. He that has eyes to see and ears to hear may convince himself that no mortal can keep a secret. If his lips are silent, he chatters with his fingertips. Betrayal oozes out of him at every pore. It is impossible to escape the impression that people commonly use false standards of measurement, that they seek power, success, and wealth for themselves and admire them in others, and that they underestimate what is true value in life. Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. Children are completely egoistic. They feel their needs intensely and strive ruthlessly to satisfy them. A man who has been the indisputable favorite of his mother keeps for life the feeling of a conqueror.